The first 5 months of 2020 have been challenging but also a blessing for the Eastern Highlands Symbol Mission of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Papua New Guinea. The year began on a high note with the hosting of the Adventist Professionals and Business People Summit at the Steakhouse in Goroka. More than 100 professionals from Eastern Highlands and Chimbu provinces attended the summit. They received skills awareness training and built connections with one another. Christina Hawkins from the South Pacific Division's Stewardship Ministries was the main speaker at the summit. Sydney-based businessman Dr. Ken Long also spoke at the summit.
But there's decentralised collection points, and so this is why we have mission and conference offices around the world. So we have, I've told you this morning in our accountability structure, we have one worldwide system.
I understood this concept, God's blessings, God's way for God's glory, and that happened in a very, very short time.
The onset of the coronavirus disease or COVID-19 has affected the mission's operations. The COVID-19 state of emergency restrictions caused mission schools and churches with large memberships to close. The closure of the church buildings forced church members to worship in cell groups and families.
I'm 16 years old. Now we become a lot of small groups and I'm helping a lot of time. Time Bible discovery na mipla talking mipla already want to explain na I'm helping to understanding Bible na I'm helping all adult to can take part inside the Bible discovery. Thank you.
Houses, offices, guest houses and workshops were turned into places of worship on Sabbaths and Wednesdays and Friday night fellowships. Some churches provided live-streamed sermons for small groups to share with their members. While these changes have been difficult for the members, many say meeting in small groups has strengthened their faith in God. They have built their confidence and are able to lead worship and Sabbath school lesson discussions and witness to friends, family, and neighbors.
Holy, holy, holy to the Lamb. We sing holy, holy, holy.
Small group bringing big change in the life of me yet. Want the more family na. Or some differences in the life of family yet we may out finish.
And he was there in the wilderness 40 days.
Our mission office in Goroka also closed its doors for several weeks due to COVID-19. However, this did not stop the officers, departmental and district directors from developing plans to cope with the COVID-19 pandemic. The Eastern Highlands Symbol Mission Executive Committee established a COVID-19 response team made up of health professionals and medical doctors. They produced a DVD as a prevention tool used to inform the church membership across the mission about COVID-19.
How about you look out to do it? Now how about you making stopping this sick? No can be syndrome.
Mission officers and departmental directors visited all 18 districts across the Eastern Highlands Symbol Mission to build COVID-19 awareness, share resources, and encourage church members to continue worshiping in small groups. The administration thanked church pastors and local church leaders who made these changes a reality when they organized their congregations into small groups and provided support and encouragement weekly. The mission has experienced an increase in income by 92%. It is the result of increased tithes and offerings compared to the same time last year. This result is a blessing as churches were closed during this period. 3.8 million kina in tithe was returned from January to May this year, compared to 2.8 million kina in the same period last year. Meanwhile, a total of more than 726,000 in offerings was received from January to May this year, compared to 583,000 kina from January to May last year. The increase in tithes and offerings is an indication of churches growing as they changed to meeting in small groups. New members are added every Sabbath. They are joining the small groups because the church is now brought to where the people are. It is very encouraging to see church members involved more in small groups. People are giving their lives to Jesus more than ever before, and membership has increased by 5%. We are experiencing the power of the Holy Spirit in this time. The Stewardship Department has been very busy for the first 5 months of 2020 in the areas of social and economic empowerment. The mission is now seeing results as people harvest and sell their crops and return tithes and offerings to the church. This improvement in financial management among our members is another reason why COVID-19 has not produced a downturn in the flow of tithes and offerings. Throughout the mission, our personal ministries, Sabbath school, and youth departments have continued to support the work of the church, distributing World Changer Bibles and Bible reading plans to small groups with the support of the South Pacific Division's discipleship ministries.
And that will change the Bible, where I'm guiding me plan, me plan use him sample resource, blow one time, blow make him running that ministry, blow workshop.
To reflect these changes, a new minister's report format has been introduced. Our Women's and Family Life Ministries departments have been working hard through this period, focusing on reading and writing skills in particular, among other ministry activities. So far this year, 1,042 students are ready for graduation. 142 have graduated with a certificate in adult literacy. The rest will graduate at a later date. Despite the challenges, 2020 has so far been a year of blessing for education in Eastern Highlands Simbu Mission. The Kama Adventist Day High School was registered as a day high school, and a new Technical Vocational Education Technology or TVET school was registered in Chimbu Province. It is in the process of registering its first intake. Another development was the enrollment of grades 7 and 9 students at the Ungai Adventist High School, all thanks to the Ungai Bena District Development Authority for the offer. The Mission Health Department is now operating well with the funds provided by the Christian Health Services. A new ambulance was donated to the Omaura Health Center by Obura Wanenara MP Honorable Mera Kipefa. The local mission thanks Mr. Kipefa and the district administration for the donation. To God be the glory, from whom all blessings flow. One of the many blessings in the Eastern Highlands Simbu Mission team is experiencing is the spirit of unity among the administration, departmental directors, and staff. That unity has trickled down to its employees and church membership. As a result, the mission has experienced blessings from all corners. The mission's plan for the future is still to maintain small groups as the basis of spiritual nurturing and a hub of mission, and to make all churches a center of celebration, among others.
Research will you know, you're finding out on this group now. You decide on an approach.
We thank and deeply appreciate all departmental directors, office staff, pastors, ministers, Bible workers, teachers, health workers, and our church members for your unwavering commitment and faithfulness to God in these trying times. We are a team, and together with God and with each other, we can expand God's kingdom and prepare a people for Christ's return.